I thought you were a professional.
I'm fucking trying. This one-man crew. Every time I'm watching a video or something where they're like, check us out doing our short film, there's like 80 people around the set, and it's just me running around trying to do everything.
Well, the only reason why it's just you and I is because of this virus. Normally we have a whole fucking crew.
Yeah, we have me and you and you.
Well, I mean, if we had another set of people, they wouldn't be double Ds. David and Danica.
Yeah. Whoa!
This is my jug.
Can we zoom out to get all of that in there? God damn. You look like you're fucking 6 months old and I'm handing you a fucking bottle.
It's my jug. I have to drink.
Well, you're blocking your jugs.
It's just my jugs.
I just thought it was funny that when I'm looking in the water aisle and they're like, oh my God, what if we're going to die and we need water? Don't get that shit. Like the Publix version.
We're shutting our water off. We have water.
Well, the virus apparently shuts your water off.
No, it doesn't.
It gets in your mind and it makes you crazy and it makes you stop paying your water bill.
Oh, wow.
And toilet paper, what is toilet paper for? If you get sick, you might have to blow your nose.
Wuhan and Italy have not shut off their water for people. I don't know.
It doesn't get in the water.
No. Oh, let's see. You know, I have spoken and have been incorrect about many things, so did they shut the water off? I love Google because I wrote, did you shut the water
and
off?
It just knows
and
your
Google's
shit.
like, you fucking idiot.
I know.
What you're trying
When
to
I
say.
want to go to Google, I just go.
Thousands in
Sneaky.
Wuhan see tap shut for a day amid stinky water contamination.
That's nothing to do with the virus, though.
No, well, Wuhan, do you know, like, over in that area in China, they have a lot of smog, and
Well, that's all of China.
well, yeah, pretty much. But it's just like polluted with light pollution and cars and commutes. And right now, they're actually experiencing clear skies, which is pretty fucking cool because they're not driving around like idiots and traveling around and.
No, this is probably
staring
great
at
for
the-
them.
Yeah, now they can see the fucking sky.
Well, they need some population control. So
Yeah, but they're not shutting the water off.
here,
so-
I mean, the problem is if you've seen that movie Outbreak, the Dustin Hoffman one.
No.
I can't believe you haven't seen that. It's so perfect for now. But that was actually like an Ebola type thing that gets carried over here and shit goes nuts to the point where they actually have to the military comes in and surrounds a city and blocks that shit off. If you try to leave, the military will shoot at your fucking car. That's what the movie basically is. And it's either a choice between we either got to find a cure or we're going to nuke this city.
What happened to Dustin Hoffman?
What do you mean?
What happened to him?
It's taking a fucking break, man. It's got
The last movie he did was Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
He's probably done something we just haven't noticed. But my point is, it's kind of scary now because you see how, like, Italy shutting out, everybody's closing their borders.
Yeah.
They're self-imprisoning. Isolating. Self-isolating. That's the new trendy word.
They're on lockdown. Yeah.
But it came down to we either nuke this place. But my point is, in that one, if you got that thing, you were dead within 24 hours, no matter who the fuck you were. In that movie.
Yeah, but this one's targeting boomers.
Everything targets boomers. Pneumonia targets boomers. You could get the flu and it targets boomers because it has nothing to do with the virus. It has to do with their systems.
The data is so new, but apparently it is favoring men for the most part.
Because men probably smoke more.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Win fucking Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo's got some Wuhan. Wuhan, boy.
Wuhan.
You done sick. Wuhan.
That is a city.
Oh.
It's not a...
Well, that also reminds me of World of Worlds with Tom Cruise. You saw that one, right?
Is that the one with Dakota Fanning?
No. In War of the Worlds, remember the only reason the aliens even left and were kind of conquered in that?
Because they were dying.
From what?
A virus.
And the reason was because they came here and their body hasn't, like Morgan Freeman said at the end, and that over the years we get the flu, our body gets used to it, so it knows how to fight it.
Well, that's how viruses work.
Well, yeah. So now they're like, lock yourselves up. It's like, no, we should be out there going, because everybody that's got this, that's healthy, has gotten the fuck over it.
Yeah.
And now they probably won't get it again because they're immune to it, because their body fought it.
Yeah, well, that's the herd mentality of it. And also, like, what the fuck? People who are anti-vax, is this not an example of vaccinations are important? The fuck?
Are they even giving vaccinations for it?
No, they're trying to find a vaccination for it right now. And apparently, last I read, I don't remember the source, but it definitely was somewhere online where it said that Austria's is the closest, or they're closest at finding a cure, allegedly. And Trump is trying to organize a way to make sure that Americans can get it sooner than everybody else. And I'm like, that's a dick move, dude. But whatever.
It's just, I think the problem is
America isn't the only important country in the entire fucking world.
Well, we don't even have free healthcare like everybody else. So.
No, we have the worst healthcare.
No, the fucking problem is that they just need to let people go ahead and get it.
I agree with you.
Because this shit right now, what it's doing to the economy and paranoia and every fucking thing else, and it's the news' fault, because the only time people are glued to their TVs
it's fear-mongering.
Is when something's in the news is just like, touching your table might kill you. And then you're like, watch it at 11. You know you're going to watch 11. But if they were just like, nothing going on, see it 11. And you're like, eh.
Yeah.
So they're loving this shit. That's why it's like, and I was arguing with some guy on a photography site, and he was like, well, you're watching the wrong news sources. And I said, you just made my point that most of the news sources are fucking wrong. They're just throwing out bullshit to scare people. Why else would it get down to what people...
Yeah,
what is hand sanitizer going to do with anything?
Well, hand sanitizer is antibacterial.
Yeah, but if I'm in my house...
This is viral. And this can be spread airborne.
But if I'm in my house, or you're in your house, and you haven't fucking left, and you go touch your TV, do you need to hand sanitize?
So all those people on the cruise ship in Cambodia?
They could use that shit.
No, they're not there anymore, David.
But I mean, they're surrounded by people that can have it. We're not.
But yeah, so they were all on the Princess Pearl, or whatever the fuck the cruise was. And the virus was traveling through the air ducts and getting into people's rooms.
That happened in Outbreak too.
And they were like, hey, people on the top floor, that's your quarantine, but we're going to have the people who were delivering the food. Because like, on a cruise, you go and you eat at a dining hall. But instead, they were having doctors that were coming in as if the people were like shelter animals. They'd open the door and take your temperature. And then they would be like, okay, cool, close the door. And then they would open the door and be like, here's your food, bye. And then people were figuring out that the cruise staff was transferring the coronavirus to everybody by handing people trays.
They're like, here's your tray.
And
then they go to somebody else.
The air ducts in the cruise ship. And then not only that, I was listening to a bunch of interviews with some of the people who were on this ship. They were in quarantine at their military bases, and they were just via phone call talking on this news podcast that I listened to. And the funniest shit and the scariest shit is... this one mom and dad had their own room on the cruise ship, but then they had a kids room, so the kids could have their own room. They had bunk beds and shit, and all of the cruise company was like, you cannot go in the kids room, you have to stay in your room, and they have to stay in their room. And the kids are just like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know where my mom and dad are, and they're just sitting in that fucking room without their parents, and couldn't see their parents.
Well, in Outbreak, in another scene, a guy's in a movie theater and he's sick.
If you rub your eye and put your hand down on the table, it's going to stay on there.
Why? Is there a virus in your eye?
This virus allegedly is able to survive longer than 12 hours when it is on.
The only thing I thought was scary was the 14 days that you could have it without showing symptoms. Mm-hmm. And that's why they were saying, keep your ass locked up. And they were saying, like, we're shutting shit down for 2 weeks.
Yeah, 14 days. And they're going to shut shit down for 2 weeks. But this also has a history of coming back. Like, if you get it, you're really prone to getting a secondary infection.
Like the flu.
Like the flu.
Like, some people don't get sick that week.
Flu. This is it starts as a dry cough and a, like, you vape. That's why. You fucking vape.
Let's go with that.
It starts as a dry cough and, can't remember the other
miscellaneous aches throughout your body and fever.
Yeah, a mild fever and dry cough.
Yeah.
That's how it starts. And then
the problem is it's a respiratory thing. So older people that already can't breathe, have emphysema or diabetes, shit like that, or just a dry cough.
Yeah.
They can't breathe that shit in there. For me, though, if I'm already stuffed up, somebody's like, I got this virus, and it just bounces off me like that kid in Signs. Remember when the alien like that and he can't breathe because he had asthma? So that's what saved him. So I'm probably immune. That shit just bounces right off my nasal.
I don't expect to be in this lockdown for 2 weeks. I expect to be in this lockdown for 6 weeks and more.
I think it's going to go on.
They're talking on the news about, like, how school districts have been told, like, yeah, I think we may, if we have to extend it to May for our lockdown and do virtual school, we should consider fall as well. I thought there's
no way to lock this shit up, because even with all the scary shit going on, assholes went out and bought all the water and toilet paper, which I don't understand toilet paper. And nowhere did it say in your symptoms you were going to shit yourself to death.
Get a bidet.
What is the toilet paper going to do? Was it like people bought all the paper or the napkins or the Kleenex first, and then they're like, what else can I blow my nose on? Is that because you're going to have a serious runny nose while you got the virus?
I don't. Well,
Where did it even come from?
There's a bunch of different theories. I don't agree with any of them. There was a rumor that, the first one that I think is the most credible source is people are saying that in China, that everybody there was freaking out and causing riots and running around trying to get as much toilet paper as they could, and people were robbing them, thinking that they were never going to, continue making toilet paper.
Yeah.
So they just ended up, buying it all out, and then everybody else in other countries and all over the world was like, oh my God.
Toilet paper is a cure.
No, toilet paper is going to run out. And then there's also a rumor that toilet paper is made only in China, and so that we're going to run out.
Because China's going to die?
Yeah. The only thing is that you're going to run out of aspartame for your diet soft drinks. So if you don't drink Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper.
Not me.
Yeah, not you. I thought it was going to be you, man. I was like, oh shit. You gotta drink other shit, and then you'd be mad, but no, you're fine. So yeah, the world's biggest aspartame supplier is in China.
Yeah, but I don't understand how the virus even got out when they had that Great Wall.
That is old. This is to take the Huns out. That's to protect them against the Huns.
So it's worthless.
None of the Mongolian people stay down there.
The Great Wall of worthlessness.
Have you even seen Mulan? Oh wait, you won't
no.
Because it's not coming out this weekend. Oh my God.
That's the other fucking thing is, because I was thinking about going, there's nothing to even see.
I wrote you that. I was like, you can't even go to the movies.
Well, James Bond got delayed. That got delayed. Not only that doesn't even piss me off. It's the fact that they're stopping shoots now. So now movies aren't even getting worked on. Damn. But everybody's doing like Batman. They were saying the Batman shoot they're shutting it down for 2 weeks. And it's like,
who the fuck wanted 2020?
Well, I understand the idea that if you could get, which you never will, everybody to stay in their fucking houses, and if you're sick, ride that shit out at home and get over it. And then in 2 weeks, because if I'm sick and I'm the only one sick and I go in my room and I get well, I can't give it to anybody else. But if I'm running around...
I'm in the other side of the house, I'll get it from you.
Well, yeah, but they're saying if everybody stays the fuck home and not around each other, that it'll just ride out and the people will get well or they'll die. And then it just dies. Rather than me like, I'm almost over it. Oh, shit, Danica gets to carry it on.
That's why I don't believe that this 2-week thing is going to last. I think it's going to be extended. Also, I was sitting there thinking about, like, all the people who are seniors in high school. The fuck are they going to do for their graduation? That sucks.
What do you mean?
Their high school graduation. It's in May.
So?
They're not going to do that shit for coronavirus.
They're not going to do the ceremony?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Some kids like that shit.
I quit in 9th grade.
Yeah, well, you fucking whatever.
But if I hadn't...
it's kind of nice to go to school that long and then to be like, oh, I have a ceremony for when I'm done.
Well, for one, school needs to be... If I was president, school would end... Well, when you hit high school, it would be, what do you want to do with your life?
So, communism.
It would basically be... Well, I think it's...
Trade. You assign people like fucking Russia. You're like, this is your...
Well, how many years did me and you have to take math in school and we hate math, can't suck at math still, and refuse to use math?
I was an actual case study for it, so yeah.
But my point is, by high school, they should have said, obviously, you're not going to be a mathematician or a fucking accountant.
Yeah, so, they would be like, trophy wife.
So they would...
Good for nothing.
Learn to play...
Has tits.
Put her in tennis class.
Knows how to cook.
Tennis class, cooking, and shopping.
Cheerleading. Mud wrestling.
Well, yeah, but by high school, they'd have been like, okay, if they'd asked me, what are you into? I'd have been like, well, English, maybe creative writing, shit like that. And then I could have spent my whole high school just doing that shit. Yeah, but it seems to me by high school, it's a waste of time for somebody to have to take history, which nobody uses. You want history? YouTube.
Are you basing that off of our president currently, or are you basing that off of just facts?
No, I'm saying this. Well, look, if I was looking at my kid and I knew he sucked at math, I would be like, okay, don't take math anymore. You know what math is? The calculator on my phone.
If my kid sucks at math, I'm going to say that they got it from me, but I want them to take consumer level math, where you have to learn about how to write a check, how to balance a checkbook.
I didn't learn that in school.
Yeah, I did. How much a percentage of your income needs to go towards your rent. based off of your budget in comparison.
That's a conversation, not a class.
In comparison to your car payment, in comparison to your grocery bill.
So
that's
QuickBooks.
consumer math.
Get yourself QuickBooks.
Pretty much, but it's just a little bit of more of a fucking here, have a clue.
There is not anything you'd ever want to learn that you can't learn on YouTube right now without taking a class.
But then again, you have to check your source where it's coming from off of YouTube because some people are fucking dumb.
I can't think of... Well, I'm trying to think of something I learned in school that I use today besides basic writing.
I don't do math, and I make costumes for a living, and I fuck around with 3D printing, and I don't know math.
Because you can YouTube whatever the fuck you want to learn.
No, because I'm good at eyeballing it.
Well, that's the way I was.
Yeah. Also, there's always... Problem is this is really sexist, but the problem is like, when I was growing up and being bad at math, all my teachers were like, you're never going to have a person in the room that knows how to do math. I'm like, bitch, I'm a girl, and I'll ask the guy to do math, and he should do math. Because I'm going to get me a man that knows how to do math, because I fucking can't.